I'm Ellen. I'm a grateful member of Al-Anon. I'm also one of the people you may have never seen before, but who spends time regularly in one of your rooms. Al-Anon is a support group for people who have been affected by someone else's drinking. Our common purpose is to help families of alcoholics. We focus on our healing using the Serenity Prayer and the 12 Steps. Our groups are anonymous. We can identify ourselves, but we do not share who we saw at meetings or what we heard people share at meetings. We come together to tell our stories and to listen to the stories of others. We learn a spiritual practice, little by little, one day at a time. Spiritual practice is not doctrine, but rather a growing reliance on the God of our understanding. We learn to trust, which may be a slow process. Change comes about by seeing and accepting reality and examining our attitudes and behavior. We also learn that alcoholism is a family illness. We did not cause it, we cannot cure it, and we cannot control it. This is probably not something we would have said the first time we stepped in the doors. We learn to see it as it is and to lovingly detach from the alcoholic. We say the Serenity Prayer to remind us that we can't control other people, places, or things, but we can change our attitudes and our actions. No matter what we heard from alcoholics, we learned that we are lovable. When I walked in the door, I found a group of people who could understand what I've been going through. They had been there, and they welcomed me. I learned that how I grew up and what my marriage to an alcoholic had been like resulted in behaviors for survival that were keeping me from living fully day by day. I found that the isolation I had experienced had kept me from knowing how badly I had been affected. Our life histories vary, but we have so much in common. We try to control people and situations that are not controllable, because that's how we tried to make ourselves feel safer. We feel responsible for things that are not our responsibility. We may have learned not to trust, not to tell, or not to feel, because that was how we survived. Going to meetings and reading the literature can be life-changing, but we keep coming back. It's not something we get just one time. It's not just a particular fact that suddenly changes everything forever. We keep coming back to practice new behavior and to welcome newcomers, and because what we learn can be applied to our whole lives, and because life keeps happening. When I started in the early 2000s, many meetings were at the Center for United Ministries on Mitchell and Atwater. When that shut down, our groups had to find a new home. I was part of that search. We wanted to stay on the east side, we needed parking, and we needed a room that was private and where we could keep our bin of literature. We looked at a number of churches, and we came to First United because it welcomed us. And post-COVID, we appreciate the technology that lets our meetings be hybrid. It's part of our tradition that each group be self-supporting. We don't have dues, but we pass the basket for our rent and literature. We practice gratitude, and we are grateful for the hospitality of First United.